You are about to enter a world of dreamscapes and nightmares. A world where the surreal is real, and you will encounter things humanity was never meant to know. Prepare to have your fragile illusions of reality shattered as you cross over into the nightmare realm.
Howlers. My name is Evan Pierce, and I miss my dad. My dad passed away a little over a year ago, leaving a void that still aches in my heart to this day. The anniversary of his death hit my brother and I like a tidal wave. Our dad raised us on his own after our mom succumbed to liver cancer when I was just 2 years old. I don't remember much about her, only a blur of stories and faded photographs. My brother Liam is a year younger than me, and despite my being the older brother, it was Liam who stepped up and really looked out for me growing up. Dad did his best. He worked tirelessly as a night watchman at a local strip mall. One night, he kissed us goodbye and went to work, promising us a dinner of pepperoni pizza when he got home. But he never got home. He had a heart attack on the job. He was found when the day shift arrived to open up for the day. He must have been walking the perimeter of the property, and his heart just gave up. Liam and I were more than brothers. We were best friends. Our happiest memories revolved around summer trips to our family's rustic cabin. It felt fitting to celebrate Dad's life there. So, with a late start, we arrived at the cabin just as the sun dipped below the horizon. We lugged in our supplies, settling into the familiar coziness of the place. We ate some sandwiches that we brought with us, accompanied by some chips, and washed it all down with some sodas. Exhausted from the drive, we decided to turn in early, each retreating to our separate rooms. About an hour after drifting off, I woke up to a distant howling in the forest, a mournful sound echoing through the night. It seemed like it was pretty far away, so I shrugged it off and went back to sleep. In the morning, Liam asked if I had heard the howling. I told him I had, and we made some jokes about how it was gonna huff and puff and blow our cabin down. Our day was spent hiking, fishing, and sharing stories about Dad. Felt like he was right there with us. It was a great day. Dinner that night was a little better. We feasted on canned franks and beans and some dinner rolls. It was a nice, easy dinner. Besides, we only had a fireplace with a grate in it to cook on. While we were cleaning up, the howling returned. But this time, it was louder. Closer. Much closer. We peered out the windows, but did not see anything. The howling continued to get closer. After a few moments, we heard a scratching sound at the door, which we quickly barricaded with a dresser. We heard growling on the other side of the door, which we slowly backed away from as our hearts raced. We saw a large blur dash past the window, a massive form that defied reason. And we looked at each other, each of us hoping the other had a handle on things, but we were both sadly disappointed there. The night became silent. No howling, no growling, no scratching. Not so much as a cricket chirped. Just as we started to untense, a large form burst in through the window. It took a second to comprehend what it was. It was unlike anything I thought could ever really exist. It stood upright before us, glass shards falling off its brown matted fur. It had claws like daggers, and teeth that looked like they could shred bone. It looked at us as it emitted a low, guttural growl. Its yellow eyes glared at us. I was frozen in fear, my mind unable to process the horror before us. Without warning, the creature lunged. Liam grabbed me and yanked me along with him as he headed for the door behind us. We burst outside and ran for the tree line as fast as our legs could carry us. We heard the creature pursuing behind us, but we ran towards the river where we were fishing earlier, hoping we could use it to lose the beast. We made it to the river, and desperation fueled our leap into the icy water. We let the current carry us downstream a short distance, our breaths coming in ragged gasps as we fought against the water's pull. Soon, we got back on the shore. We needed to regroup, to figure out how to survive this nightmare.
We can't keep running like this.
Liam panted, his eyes wide with fear.
On foot, that thing will catch us eventually. It's just a matter of time.
I nodded, my heart pounding. Agreed. Our only chance is the truck. We have to get back to it. That vehicle was our lifeline, a fragile hope in the face of a monstrous creature that pursued us. We started to circle back to the cabin, hoping we wouldn't cross paths with the beast again, that maybe we had led it astray. But we knew it was still out there, lurking in the shadows. We reached the cabin without incident and went right to the truck, but realized the keys were inside the cabin. Keys, I muttered, panic rising. They're in the cabin. We quickly went in, and while I grabbed the keys from where they sat on the counter, Liam noticed Dad's old cane leaning up against the wall. It was made of oak and had a silver handle, which gleamed in the moonlight. He grabbed it, with determination etched on our faces. We quickly made our way back to the truck, trying not to attract any unwanted attention on the way. Just before we could reach the truck, the beast sprang out from the darkness and tackled Liam, knocking him to the ground and making him drop the cane. Liam's screams echoed through the night as the creature's claws raked across his chest, and I knew I had to act. He'd always looked out for me, but now it was my turn. He screamed in pain as I ran over to the cane, picked it up, and plunged that silver handle right into the creature's back, driving it through its heart. The beast howled in pain and fell to the ground. As it took its final breath, it retook its human form. It was an older man. He looked to be in his mid-50s. His brown hair had started to go salt and pepper. I helped Liam up, blood dripping from multiple scratches delivered by the beast. We buried the body, gathered our things, and got the hell out of there by the time the sun started to rise and add color to the bleak darkness of the night. That was 1 month ago. Tonight is the first full moon since the night we were attacked. I called Liam to check in on him. He's been having nightmares since that night, and they've gotten much worse the last few days. He answered the phone, but he sounded a bit off. A few minutes into the conversation, he dropped the phone. Then the screams began. The guttural cries of agony, mixed with a growling. Then I heard it. A sound that chilled me to the bone. I heard the same howl that we heard that night at the cabin. It's a sound I will never forget. That's why I'm writing this. It's time for me to be there for my little brother one more time. I need to stop him before he does something he'll never forgive himself for. I had some silver bullets made, just in case. And now, I'm going to use them to stop him. In case things don't go well for me, I needed someone to know. So someone could stop Liam if I couldn't. If I fail, it's up to you. But I hope that against all odds, I can save my brother one more time. Wish me luck.
I hope you've enjoyed your journey into the Nightmare Realm. Congratulations. You've returned to the safety of the real world. Haven't you?